Hello everybody, it's Pazzy768 here, and it is finally time to do part 3 of the Welcome Home by Radical Face part 3 piano tutorial. I have been putting it off for quite some time, and yeah, it's been kind of a year now in which part 2 has been done, so I apologise if I should have uploaded part 3 a lot earlier, but yeah, I have a little bit of free time, and so I will be able to do part 3 of this piano tutorial. This is probably going to be the longest part, but just a word of warning: the left hand is pretty much this. The left hand is what is the pattern which I've showed you, which goes do 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 do. It's pretty much the whole, like all the left hand that I use throughout the piece. It's pretty much that whole kind of pattern. I'll explain what I mean a bit later. But yeah, let's jump right into it. This part here is kind of a little bit of an interlude part. It's kind of like the part between the third chorus, the third time the chorus plays, and the second time the chorus plays. So the second chorus and the third chorus. It's this little interlude bit that goes. And that's pretty much how it goes. That's how the right hand goes, at least. I'm just going to be going through the right hand, the left hand, and then I'll show you how to put them together. And but if that little bit is slowed down, then it is something like this. So it's these three notes, only it's like broken chords. These three notes, and that pattern repeated twice before it goes. And I know that doesn't really sound that nice on its own, but when it is coupled with the left hand, it does sound a hell of a lot better. So yeah, it's this twice, and then there's a little drop down transition between these three chords and these three notes and these three notes. So it's. So it's just da 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 da. Alright, and that is how the right hand of that little interlude part goes. And now for the left hand. Now the left hand part goes something like this. It's pretty much the broken chord pattern that we've been using throughout the whole of the piece. And so it goes something like. And it's worth noting that each note in that hand fits together nicely with each note in that hand. So if I play it to you again, it's these three notes here. By the way, this is middle C, but it's these three notes here, and that's repeated twice. And then we go to this broken chord here. But instead of doing that, I tend to do. So I just tend to do it like just the notes broken rather than repeating the top two notes. But then we go back with this broken chord. We just do it like this. So it's all three of these. So all three of these played together. So. And again, each one of those notes corresponds with a note in the right hand. So if you put the right hand of what I just showed you together with the left hand, this is what you get. Yeah, it just fits together quite nicely. And the next part is just the chorus repeated again. But that's so pretty much the chorus repeated. So just look to part 2 if you want to know how to play that. And then after that, I'll show you what happens. Now, after the chorus is played, there is a little interlude, like a little interlude transition section between the third time the chorus is played and the ending the ending section, the way the piece kind of wraps up. So I'll show you how it goes. It's pretty similar to how it is in the piece. If you listen to the piece, by the way, guys, it will help a lot when trying to figure out the right notes. Because I've tried to make this piano piece as similar as possible to the original piece. But yeah, this is how it goes. So the second time it drops. The new bit. And I'll play that to you again at full speed before taking it at half speeds. So. It's pretty easy to understand how this bit goes, but I'll show you the right hand first of all. And now for the left hand. And when you put all that together, and that is what we have learnt so far. And now for the ending section of this whole piece. Now I kind of like to split this ending section up into 3 separate parts. So I'll show you the right hand of the first part. Of course I'll have the notes coming up on screen. So the right hand section of the first section is down in this hand. And again at a slower speed. And then that's the first part of the first section of the final section. It's getting a bit complicated now, but yeah. So it basically does that again, only the ending is slightly different. So I'll just show you how. Okay, so if you have those two little things added together, you just get... And for the left hand that accompanies this section is pretty much, you can just put it in the form of split octaves. So split octaves of the note which is the chord note for that little part. So I'll show you what it is. So I play it like, hang on a minute, move down an octave. And so, when you combine that with the right hand part, this... Now we come on to the second section of the ending of this piece, which is actually a really nice section. I have to say I really like it. So I will just play the right hand to you, full speed, and then I'll slow it down and show you how to play it. And now at a slower speed. you notice the second time I kind of like doubled up some of the notes with another note just to enhance it. But you can, if you like, just play the single notes, and when you start getting confident when you're playing the piece, just double up some of the notes like this, something like that. So that's just a pure example. But yeah, that is how that little section goes. And coupled with the right hand, it actually does sound really nice, I think. So I'll just show you the left hand. Sorry, the left hand. So for the left hand part of the second section of the ending, yeah, I know it's getting kind of complicated. This is how it goes. It's pretty much, again, this broken chord pattern that I've been playing for the whole piece. And yeah, so... And yes, that is kind of a long chord sequence, but if you want to remember it, it will just be like B. So those are pretty much the bass chords, but as of course you play them like this. Which you should be used to doing by now because you've been playing it like that for the whole piece. So anyway, let's combine this and then we'll get section 2 of the ending done. And yes, that does sound kind of nice because, yeah. And now we come to the third section, right hand, of the ending part. Yes, this is a kind of a long kind of ending to the piece, but it is probably my favourite part of the piece, probably the end part. So I'll show you how the right hand of that end part goes. So you basically have the B chord, the subdominant chord, and then you have the C sharp chord, and then the E flat chord, the minor chord, which is pretty much the tonic of the whole piece. So you have these chords continually fluctuating in this order, and then it does that 3 times until the third time it just rests on the E. But I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So it's okay, and it does that once, and then it does that again. You can double it up with some other chords if you like, just for extra enhancement. And a third time. And then it ends. So yeah, I'll play that to you again, each time a little bit slower. So yeah, I am playing a few more complicated notes, but you get the general idea. You can simplify it. So yeah, you can just simplify it to a few simple notes. But the F does kind of make it sound a lot nicer. Anyway, so the left hand of this part, which you probably should be familiar with by now. So, I'm sure you're familiar with this broken chord pattern. It goes like this. basically, it pretty much does this chord twice. Just like that. And then it does this chord twice. And it does this chord 4 times. And then it goes back to this this chord here. So, let us combine all that and let's get the whole ending. So this is a summary of everything that we have learnt in this whole entire video, which is the ending section. So I will just play to you that. So let's do this. So that is the ending section, and that is pretty much the whole entire piece already done. If you want to have a little ending to the piece, you can just slow down the last chord and play it something like this. So just a little ending thing, little grand finale there, and that is pretty much the entire piece. And so I hope you guys really found this tutorial helpful. I'm sorry if I was getting a bit fast for some of you. I mean, the thing is, it just kind of helps to listen to the piece, listen closely to the notes in which are being played, and then just think, what am I supposed to play at each of these points? But that is pretty much an overview. As you might be able to tell, I might have made some of the notes a little bit more complicated. Also, I might have changed. Also, certain things about the piece may have changed since my last tutorial last year, which I posted last January, I think it was. So, yeah. If there are any subtle changes, then please comment and tell me what I've missed, if there's anything that I've missed. So, I hope you guys found this tutorial very helpful, and I will see you in some videos that I'll hopefully be posting in a month or two.